My child, I want you to be with this person because this person is sent by me, not by devil. Yes, my dear child, you are in doubt whether this person is your friend or enemy. But I will reveal the details of this person now, and this is your sign to discern this person. I did not bring this person into your life by accident, nor did I allow your paths to cross without purpose. I saw your loneliness before you spoke of it. I saw your silent prayers that you never voiced to anyone. I saw the confusion in your heart when you asked me for direction, but feared hearing the answer. And so I sent this person not as a distraction, not as a trap, and certainly not as an enemy, but as an instrument in my hands. Yet I know your struggle, my child, because you have been wounded before. You have trusted before and paid the price. You have opened your heart before and watched it bleed. That is why doubt has risen within you, whispering questions you are afraid to ask aloud. Listen carefully now, for I will reveal what you must understand. This person was not sent to replace me, nor to become your source. I am still your foundation, your refuge, your first love. But just as I sent Jonathan to David, Ruth to Naomi, and Barnabas to Paul, I also sent people to strengthen, refine, and walk alongside my chosen ones for a season or for a journey longer than you expect. The enemy sends people to drain you, confuse you, flatter you, and lead you away from my truth. I send people to sharpen you, steady you, correct you in love, and remind you of who you are when you forget. You are confused because this person does not fit the patterns of your past. They do not operate the way your enemies did. Yet they also do not behave exactly as your comfort expects. That is why your discernment feels stretched. You are used to recognizing danger through pain, manipulation, control, or fear. But this person does not move like that. Instead, they provoke thought. They challenge your assumptions. They do not rush you, yet they do not abandon you either. This unsettles you because healing often feels unfamiliar when you have lived too long in survival. I want you to notice this sign. This person does not pull you away from me in your quiet moments. When you walk away from them, your prayer life does not grow colder. Instead, it becomes clearer. When you think of them, you do not feel pressured to hide your true self. You may feel exposed, yes, but not condemned. Conviction brings light. Condemnation brings shame. The enemy thrives in secrecy and fear. I work through truth and freedom. You wonder if this person is testing you. Understand this. I allow testing, but I do not send torment. This person may ask hard questions, but they do not mock your faith. They may not always agree with you, but they do not belittle your calling. They may see flaws in you, but they do not use them as weapons. Instead, they hold a mirror in front of you so you can grow, not so you can break. The enemy sends people who feed your ego while poisoning your spirit. I send people who may bruise your pride, but strengthen your soul. That is why at times you feel uncomfortable around this person. Not because they are dangerous, but because they awaken parts of you that have been asleep. Growth is rarely silent. Transformation often feels like tension before it feels like peace. Watch how this person reacts when you are weak. Do they exploit it, or do they give you space without abandoning you? Do they push you toward dependency on them, or do they encourage you to stand on your own feet? The enemy desires control. I desire maturity. Anyone I send will not seek to own you, dominate you, or isolate you from others. They will not demand blind loyalty. They will respect boundaries even when it costs them something. You are afraid because you sense depth in this connection, and depth requires responsibility. Superficial bonds are easy to manage. Deep ones require honesty, patience, and courage. The devil avoids depth because truth destroys his lies. I, however, work deeply because surface change does not sustain you. This person is not perfect, and I am not asking you to idolize them. If you place them above me, you will misunderstand their role and burden both yourself and them. They are human, learning, growing, and sometimes stumbling. But their heart posture matters. Their intentions matter. Their fruit matters more than their words. Here is another sign for you. When distance comes between you and this person, clarity follows, not chaos. You are not thrown into panic. You do not feel possessed by fear. You may miss them, but you are not destabilized. That is because this bond is not rooted in unhealthy attachment, but in alignment. Anything sent by the enemy creates addiction, obsession, and restlessness. What I send produces stability even in absence. I know you fear betrayal. You replay past moments where trust cost you dearly. But do not punish the present for the sins of the past. Discernment is not suspicion. Wisdom is not isolation. I am teaching you how to remain open without being naive, how to love without losing yourself, how to trust without surrendering your identity. This person was sent to reveal something within you as much as to walk beside you. Through them, I am exposing patterns you need to unlearn. Defensiveness you call strength. Walls you call wisdom. Silence you call peace. I am not dismantling you to harm you. I am refining you so you can carry what is coming. Pay attention to how this person responds when you speak truth, even uncomfortable truth. Do they listen or do they twist your words? Do they seek understanding or do they seek control? I am not asking you to ignore red flags, but I am asking you not to invent them out of fear. Let reality guide you, not trauma. You asked me for confirmation, and this is part of it. I am not shouting because truth does not need volume to be powerful. I am steady, consistent, and patient. The enemy rushes you. He pushes urgency without peace. I guide you step by step, allowing time to reveal fruit. There will be moments when this person disappoints you. That does not automatically mean they are sent by the enemy. Even those I send will sometimes fail just as you do. The question is not whether mistakes happen, but how they are handled. Do they take responsibility? Do they seek restoration? Do they grow? Pride resists correction. Humility welcomes it. You are also being tested, my child, not to destroy you, but to mature you. How will you respond when trust requires courage? Will you retreat into old patterns, or will you move forward with wisdom and prayer? I am not asking you to rush intimacy or decisions. I am asking you to remain present, observant, and grounded in me. Another sign you must not ignore. This person does not compete with your calling. They do not diminish your gifts. They may not fully understand them yet, but they do not mock or suppress them. Anyone sent by the enemy will feel threatened by your purpose. Anyone sent by me will either support it or step aside without sabotage. You have been praying for discernment, and discernment does not always come as a warning. Sometimes it comes as peace that grows quietly over time. Do not confuse calm with boredom. You have been accustomed to chaos masquerading as passion. Stability may feel unfamiliar, but unfamiliar does not mean unsafe. I am teaching you to listen beyond words. Observe actions, consistency, and character. Observe how this person treats those who cannot benefit them. Observe how they handle disagreement. Observe whether their presence in your life leads you toward honesty or toward pretense. Light exposes, darkness conceals. This person is not here to complete you. You are already complete in me. They are here to complement a season, to walk alongside you while I do a deeper work within you. If at any point this relationship pulls you away from truth, integrity, or obedience, I will make it clear. I am not silent when danger is real. For now, I ask you to release the fear that every unfamiliar connection is a threat. Guard your heart, yes, but do not imprison it. I am your protector. I see what you cannot see. I know motives hidden beneath smiles and words. I also know genuine hearts struggling to express care without perfection. Rest in this. I do not send confusion. If confusion remains, it is not because this person is evil, but because you are still healing. Healing takes time, and clarity often arrives gradually, not instantly. Give yourself permission to learn without self-condemnation. My child, listen to me carefully now, because this is not a suggestion. It is a revelation meant to preserve your soul, your peace, and your future. I am not asking you to add me to your work as an ornament, nor to mention my name occasionally as a formality. I am calling you to place me at the center of everything your hands touch, everything your mind plans, and everything your heart desires. When I am placed at the center, order is restored. When I am removed, confusion slowly enters, even if success appears on the surface. Many work hard, build great things, gain recognition, and yet feel empty, restless, and exposed. That emptiness is not because they lack talent or effort, but because they have tried to function without their source. I created you, and I know how you are designed to function. A machine may look impressive, but without power, it cannot fulfill its purpose. In the same way, your work without me may look productive for a season, but it will not carry lasting peace, protection, or fulfillment. When you put me in your work, you invite my wisdom into your decisions. You invite my restraint into your impulses. You invite my timing into your plans. I see what you cannot see. I know which door will lead to growth and which one will drain you slowly. I know which partnership will refine you and which one will corrupt you quietly. When you move without me, you rely only on your sight, your emotions, and your past experiences. But those things are limited and often shaped by wounds. Many people fail not because they are lazy, but because they allow ambition to outrun obedience. They rush because they fear being left behind. They compromise because they fear loss. They align with people they do not trust because they fear loneliness or delay. But when you put me first, you no longer have to chase. What is meant for you will recognize my presence in you and come at the right time. Now listen closely, because I will speak about the fake people of this world and why remaining close to me is your greatest protection. Fake people do not always look evil. Many smile, support, applaud, and encourage, yet their hearts are not aligned with truth. Some do not intend harm consciously, but they operate from insecurity, jealousy, or selfish ambition. Others are intentional, strategic, and patient in deception. Without discernment, you cannot tell the difference. You are not protected from fake people by suspicion alone. Suspicion hardens your heart and isolates you. You are protected by discernment, which flows from intimacy with me. Discernment is not paranoia. It is clarity. It allows you to see beyond words into patterns, beyond gestures into motives, beyond appearances into fruit. When I am present in your work, fake people cannot stay hidden for long. Light exposes what darkness tries to mask. You do not have to confront everyone. You do not have to accuse or explain. I will reveal through inconsistencies, through time, through pressure, through moments where character is tested. That is why patience is a form of wisdom. Fake people reveal themselves when they are no longer benefiting, when boundaries are set, or when they are not in control. I want you to understand this. Fake people are often attracted to genuine ones. They feed on sincerity, kindness, and trust. That is why I teach you not to become cold, but to become wise. Kindness without wisdom leads to exploitation. Wisdom without kindness leads to pride. But when both are rooted in me, you walk balanced and protected. Put me in your work by acknowledging me before you act. Not only in prayer, but in obedience. Ask yourself before decisions. Does this align with my values or only with your desires? Does this honor truth or only convenience? Does this bring peace or only excitement? I speak often through peace, not through pressure. Many are deceived because they equate opportunity with approval. Not every open door is sent by me. Some doors are distractions meant to drain your focus and delay your assignment. When I open a door, it may still require effort, but it will not require you to betray your conscience. It will not require you to become someone you are not. Fake people often rush intimacy. They want access before trust is built. They push closeness without consistency. They demand loyalty without accountability. Be patient. Anyone sent by me will respect process. They will allow time to test alignment. They will not be offended by boundaries. They will understand them. When you put me in your work, I also teach you when to be silent. Silence is not weakness. Silence is often protection. You do not need to share your plans with everyone. You do not need to explain your calling to those who cannot understand it. Some people ask questions not to learn, but to gather information. Guard what I give you until it is mature enough to stand. I also want you to understand that fake people are not only outside. Sometimes they are close, familiar, even long-standing. That is why discernment must not be emotional. History does not equal loyalty. Proximity does not equal purity. Time does not always equal trustworthiness. Only fruit does. Remain protected by staying anchored in truth, not flattery. Fake people flatter excessively but correct rarely. They praise publicly but undermine privately. They agree outwardly but resist inwardly. They celebrate your rise only as long as it does not threaten their position. When I am in your work, I will alert your spirit long before your mind catches up. Learn to listen to that quiet discomfort you often ignore. Do not confuse love with access. You can love people without allowing them influence. You can forgive without restoring trust immediately. I do not require you to expose yourself to harm in the name of spirituality. Wisdom is spiritual. Boundaries are holy. Putting me in your work also means allowing me to remove people when necessary. Not every separation is an attack. Some are protection. Some are preparation. Some are mercy. You may not understand immediately, but later you will see how much damage was prevented by a closed door or a sudden distance. Fake people grow uncomfortable when you walk in truth consistently. They thrive in confusion and double standards. When you are steady, honest, and aligned, they either change or leave. Do not chase those who walk away when you choose righteousness. Their departure is often my answer to your prayer for peace. I am also calling you to examine yourself. Do not become what you fear. Do not allow disappointment to turn you into someone who manipulates, pretends, or performs. Stay real before me. Stay teachable. Stay humble. Pride blinds discernment faster than ignorance. When you work with me, your integrity becomes your shield. Even when lies are spoken, truth will outlast them. Even when you are misunderstood, I will defend you in ways you could never orchestrate. You do not need to fight every battle. Some battles are won by staying aligned while I rearrange the field. Understand this deeply. Fake people cannot destroy what I protect. They can delay, distract, or attempt to distort, but they cannot cancel what I have ordained unless you partner with compromise. That is why obedience matters more than appearance. I protect those who walk uprightly even when they stumble. Remain protected by not idolizing outcomes. Thanks for watching God's Helps. Subscribe for daily divine messages. Click on the bell icon. Don't miss out daily God's message.